Hello friends, welcome back. My name is Ramon. How are you today? So here we are, heading into the end of 2020, and I thought it'd be time to talk about my top skincare picks of the year 2020. Especially with the holiday season right around the corner, I figured this would be a good time to release my top skincare picks for each different skincare category, just to help you guys choose if you are shopping for a skincare loving friend, or even for yourself, just because you all deserve a little treat yourself moment. To kick off these series, I'm going to be talking about my top cleansers of the year 2020, both first and second cleansers. So if that sounds good to you, make sure you hit that subscribe button and notification bell so that you know when I talk about more skincare, sunscreen, fancy related content on my channel. Give the video a thumbs up and down below. What are some of your favorite first and second cleanses, or what are some of your favorite skincare picks of 2020? Let me know. So again, talking about what a skincare routine is all about, your three main categories really should be cleansers, sunscreen, moisturizers. Really, in order to maintain really nice, healthy skin, those are the three main steps you need. Everything else is kind of extra, but we're talking about cleansers today, and those are super important. Before we get into the first cleanse, I will say that first cleansers, aka generally the step that's going to remove the surface impurities before you really go in to properly cleanse your face, isn't necessary. It's not mandatory. Nowhere does it say scientifically that you need to do a first cleanse before you go in with a second cleanse. That being said, sometimes it's just nice to, especially if you wear water-resistant sunscreen, especially if you wear layers of that sunscreen, and you wear makeup throughout the day. It's a really good step to just make sure you're getting off that surface layer of impurities, makeup, sunscreen, rinsing that away so that when you go in with your second cleanse, the process is just a lot easier. Not only that, but it just helps aid in a more gentle cleansing experience. And also, sometimes it's just fun. So let's get into my top first cleanses of 2020. First and foremost, I couldn't start this video without talking about Boscia. This is the MakeUp-BreakUp Cool Cleansing Oil from Boscia. This is actually one of the first oil cleansers I ever used back like 4 or 5 years ago when I got into more high-end skincare, just because I actually got this in like a little Boscia sampler and tried it out and I loved it, and I repurchased a few other bottles. And I don't know if you know this, but like I was a Boscia ambassador for a hot second. It's really cool to rep a brand that you've used for a long time, but here's the tea. I love this. Compared to a lot of the other oil cleansers I'm gonna be talking about, this differs in that it's a little bit more rich. The texture and sensorial experience of this is a little bit more of a richer oil texture, so it's not super lightweight and slippy, but this is a really great balm cleanser to use if you're breaking down heavy makeup, for example, but also if you just love a good facial massage. The vehicle and texture of this just allows a nice amount of slip on the face while feeling very elegant, and it just allows you to work that oil into the skin really nicely, massaging your facial muscles, but also breaking down the stuff that's on your face. Rinses off super easy. A little bit of this goes a really long way. Not only that, but this does feature things like menthol and whatnot, so you're getting a little bit more of like an aromatherapy element out of this. It smells really good, feels really good. If you're down for a little bit more of a splurgy spend, this is a really good recommendation. But with the code WRamon, you do also get 20% discount on Boscia.com on this, so get you some. Next on the list, Heimish All Clean Balm. This is one of my other holy grail. Like for years now, I've gone through at least a few dozen of these. This has been one that I use consistently. I generally tend to prefer a lightweight balm texture on the everyday basis. Here's the deal. It's accessible, it's affordable. You can get this for like $13 on Amazon. It lasts you a really long time. The texture of this, it's really nice lightweight balm. It works into the skin super easily, rinses away super easily as well. I got my mom hooked on this, so much so that she'll call me every other month and be like, Bobby, can you please order me another set of it, please? And she has really sensitive skin and she loves this. So this is something that's really affordable. It's accessible. So if budget's a big thing for you, but you also want an oil cleanser, top rec. Next on the list, the Inkey Oak Cleansing Balm. Here's the tea. I follow obviously a lot of other content creators, and I saw so much hype around this for so long. I really haven't until recently used a lot of Inkey products. This is one of the most hyped products I'd ever seen, and more so because people complain because it's always sold out. So when Inkey reached out to me, they're like, hey, we'd love to send you some products. I was like, number one, please, thank you. Here's the tea. I like this product a whole lot. Similar to the Boscia, this is a little bit more of a richer balm texture. It comes out like, it low-key kind of feels like a lanolin based lip product just because it comes out really thick and rich, but it works into the skin super easy, and it really works to effectively break down makeup, sebum, and all that stuff, rinses off. It takes a little bit more work to rinse off, I'm gonna be honest, but this is like $10, 10 pounds if you're in the UK. It's really affordable. You get a lot of product. And the other thing about this is that it also functions as well if you want to leave it on the face for a little bit longer as a really nourishing, moisturizing mask as well. So sometimes, especially if I'm gonna be in the bathroom, like doing my hair or whatnot before I shower, I will take this nice amount, work it into my skin, and just leave it in for like 5 to 10 minutes. When I rinse it off, my skin is plump, lush, moisturized, feels really good. And then I can go in with the second cleanse after this. My skin feels amazing. Another really great budget pick as well if you can get your hands on it because it's a hot commodity. Next on the list, the Glow Recipe Papaya Sorbet Enzyme Cleansing Balm. Similar to the Oat Cleansing Balm, this was a hot topic on Instagram for a very long time. A lot of my friends love this, especially my friend Dan Pule, and he talked about it incessantly. So when Glow Recipe reached out to me, they're like, we'd love to send you some products. I was like, Please and thank you. Here's the tea with this. This is actually very similar to the Heimish Balm in terms of texture, feel, overall sensory experience, with the exception of this smells like papaya. It has a very, very nice, subtle, tart, fruity smell to it because it does have that papaya enzyme to it. This also differs a little bit more just because it does have that papaya enzyme quality to it. Papaya enzymes are really nice, gentle, enzymatic exfoliant on the skin. You leave this on for a little bit, you do get a little bit of that benefit, but it's very, very minimal. So if you have more sensitive skin, it's not gonna be irritating to you. It's super, super lightweight. It feels super silky smooth on the skin, rinses off really easily, effectively breaking down all stuff on your face. The main tea with this is that it's just a little bit more pricey. But if you can afford the splurge, I really love the overall sensory experience of this. It kind of reminds me about when I talk about Fenty Skin, how the products themselves generally are very, very to the point, but there's just something about using the product that makes you feel good. It smells good, it feels luxurious, love it. So that's first cleanser. Let's get on to second cleansers. And again, this is really one of the more important parts of the skincare routine. Cleansing your face properly is the first step to really prepping your face for what the day or the night's gonna entail in terms of skincare, and just making sure your skin is at the utmost, like, optimal state. A lot of these cleansers really function themselves enough to break down impurities on the face. That's why I say first cleansers aren't the most necessary. These are cleansers I like to use. I feel like they function both in effectively cleansing my face without being super, super stripping. I generally favor these more for my oily, acne-prone skin type, but if they function for other skin types as well, I will say that as well. First and foremost, holy grail, all-time favorite pick, Cerave Hydrating Cleanser. I've had this for a very long time. I love using this. This is the most universally applicable cleanser in my opinion, just in terms of texture, feel, formulation, ingredients list. This is more of a cleansing liquid. It doesn't lather, it doesn't foam. It's more of a creamy, milky texture. Where this works to really just gently cleanse the face without really stripping it. It feels like you're just rubbing a moisturizer on your face, I'm gonna be really honest, but it does effectively cleanse the skin without big stripping. The texture of it, it's nice. I find that I like to use a lot of this product, like 3+ pumps, and because it's really, really affordable, I don't mind using that much. And the bottle is huge and lasts you a really long time. You can get this anywhere. Target, Walmart, Walgreens, Boots if you're in the UK. So it's super accessible, super affordable, the most generally applicable pick for every skin type and skin concern. So if you're at a loss of what to choose, best option. Next on the list, the Naturium Niacinamide Cleansing Gelée, 3%. This is, I think, one of the most unique cleansing experiences of 2020. Not the most, but one of the most, just because it's such an interesting concept. First and foremost, it's a cleansing gelée. They claim it's more of like an essence-like cleanser, and until I really used it, didn't understand what that meant. It's a weird hybrid between like a gel serum texture and a gel cleansing texture. It works into a nice soft lather, but it's so moisturizing on the face. Like I use this, wash it off, and my face still feels super, super plush, plump, hydrated. And the other weird thing with this is that, again, this really advertises the niacinamide component of this. Niacinamide, star ingredient of 2020, and I blame Susan Yara, aka the founder of Naturium, for that itself. What's really interesting about this is because it's such a low percentage of niacinamide, they recommend, if you want a little bit of a gentle kick of that ingredient, which again, niacinamide does like everything to the skin. Leave this on for a few minutes before rinsing it off as a nice, gentle, quick rinse off treatment. And even with leaving a cleanser on my face for a few minutes and rinsing it off, I don't feel stripped, I don't feel tight. The texture of this just leaves my skin nicely hydrated and plump afterwards. Prep for my next skincare steps. A little bit of this goes a long way, and it's only $18 for 7 ounces, which is also a great deal. So this is actually more mid-tier in my opinion. It's not expensive, and considering how much you get, I think this is a lot more on the affordable side. You can get Naturium online exclusively, but I think this is a really cool ingredient to really target to, again, a lot of different skin types. Niacinamide specifically is great for acne prone skin, oily skin, sensitive skin, all skin types. So if you're looking for a cleanser that has a little bit more of a kick to it with an active ingredient, best option as well. Now this is what I would say is the most unique cleansing experience of 2020. This is the Boscia Cryosea Firming Icy-Cold Cleanser, and that Icy-Cold Cryosea is very accurate. The first time I used this, it felt like I was sticking my face in a freezer. That Cryosea technology really banks on the like benefits and the hype around cryogenic freezing. And what I really would say about this is that it's a nice to the point cleanser. It's really foamy, which is nice for my oily acne prone skin. Effectively cleanses the skin without being very stripping. That Cryosea cold feeling on it really works to really invigorate your skin. So I like to use this in the morning specifically, especially when I'm tired. That really works to invigorate the skin, really wake me up. Not only that, but that invigorating feeling really brings a lot of blood flow to the face, which then allows everything else you put in your skincare routine to penetrate and therefore work a lot more effectively in doing their benefits. Next on the list, one of the more controversial launches of 2020, the Fenty Skin Total Cleanser. I love this. This is one of my go-tos every day, I'm gonna be honest with you. At first I didn't like it just because this claims to be a makeup remover, and the way they advertise it made it seem like it's just an all-in-one go, it takes everything off. This does not take a full Fenty face off in one go and cleanse your face effectively. But what I will say is if you're doing a light beat, some light non-water resistant sunscreen, this does work effectively as a one and done cleanse. What I like about this is that it lathers into a really nice rich lather. It's not foamy. It's not stripping, it's just a nice lather that feels so creamy and luxurious on the face. The smell of this is really subtle, but really, really nice. It's very tropical, fruity. It's just a nice feeling on the skin. And I feel like it really effectively cleanses the face. Rinse it off, you're not stripped. A little bit more pricey. It's about $20 for this cleanser, and it's really just a facial cleanser. I don't think it does the most necessarily, but it does effectively cleanse the face. If you have a full face on, do this twice to break down the first layer, then go in twice if you need to. But if sensory overall experience is important to you, or you really want to give someone something that's very, very fun to use, great option. Next on the list, the Inkey Salicylic Acid Cleanser. This is another one that I saw really hyped up on Instagram from other fellow content creators, and this is a really affordable pick. This is what I think is most geared specifically towards oily, acne-prone skin. So if you're shopping for that individual, or you are the individual, hands down best pick. Super, super lightweight, fairly nicely foaming cleanser, works into the skin. It feels like almost nothing's there. I really feel like I have to use a lot of this to feel it, but even without using a lot, it does cleanse the face very effectively. And plus, great tag team. But with treatment cleansers like this, similar to the Niacinamide one from Naturium, working this into your face, letting it sit for a few minutes allows that salicylic acid to do a little bit more work in your skin. So this is a really good pick if you have oily skin for the morning cleanse, just because that salicylic acid is going to help to control a little bit of the oil production throughout the day, help with a little bit of pore congestion and whatnot. And I feel like this is a very versatile cleanser, matte affordable. So oily, acne-prone skin, another good pick for you. The next cleanser we're going to talk about is one I actually don't have right now. It's still in transit from the US, which I'm really, really sad about because this is one of my all-time favorites of the year, and that is the Stratia Velvet Cleansing Milk. Going off my topic of the most versatile cleansers of 2020, I feel like the Velvet Cleansing Milk from Stratia hits every mark for every skin type that you can need. It is very unique in its texture. Again, it's a velvet cleansing milk. So similar to Cerave, it's a nice, rich, lathery, lotiony texture, but the surfactants in it are olive oil based or rice bran oil based. And so they are oils. They are set to really pull oil-based impurities off the face, but because they are oils and not general detergent surfactants, they are not stripping in the least. So you're pulling off the bad stuff from your face without pulling off all the necessities and all the good stuff from your face. And so you're left with an effective cleanse that's not stripping. If you have sensitive skin, if you have compromised skin, if you want to maintain and strengthen your moisture barrier, or even if you're me, you have oily, acne-prone skin, it's a really good cleanser, especially because those oil-based surfactants are really good at breaking down makeup and water-resistant sunscreens effectively. This is the one that I really like to use, especially if I need to do a double cleanse with one cleanser. I can go in with 2 rounds of this and it's not stripping. I don't feel tight or dry afterwards. If anything, I feel like it really works to replenish and strengthen my barrier. This is another good pick. Stratia is available only online right now, but if you're looking for, again, another very universal cleanser and you want something a little bit more elevated than the Cerave cleanser, the Stratia Velvet Cleansing Milk, top it. Last on the list for my favorite cleansers of 2020, I have the Kinship Naked Papaya Gentle Enzyme Face Cleanser. This is just another cleanser that I think is very unique in its formula, very unique in its being. This has the same texture as the Stratia cleanser, as the Cerave cleanser, so it's a nice, gentle, lotiony type texture. It doesn't really foam or lather. It's just a very hydrating cleansing vehicle with the added advantage of it having the papaya enzyme quality. So similar to the Papaya Cleansing Balm from Glow Recipe, you have the extra added advantage of papaya enzymatic exfoliants. Leaving this on your face for a couple minutes, it honestly just feels like you have a moisturizer on your face. So it's a really nice texture to leave on your face for a little bit to get that enzymatic exfoliating properties from it. And then you just rinse it off and you're good for the day. So this papaya enzyme is really nice for the skin just because, again, with sloughing off excess dead skin cells, you're going to help with pore texture, help with congestion, help brighten up any discoloration in the face, and just give you a nice overall brighter appearance, a brighter complexion. I enjoy this cleanser, especially in the fact that it's very versatile. I love skincare that gives me 2-in-1 or multi-benefits to it. Great option, especially because Kinship for me is a newer brand. I saw a lot of hype around it, so I was very interested in it. And so far, I've been very, very impressed with all their products. So great option if you want something that's a little bit more fun to use. Similar to the Fenty Skin or the Cryosea cleanser, this is a very unique, very sensorial cleansing experience. It's a little bit more fruity. It's a very, very dry skin, very sensitive skin, very all over skin friendly option. It's more mid-tier in price range, but just a lot of fun to use. So those are my top picks for my favorite cleansers of the year 2020, but stay tuned because every day for this next week, I'll be uploading another video each day talking about my top favorite skincare picks from every other skincare category. So make sure you are subscribed and you hit the notification bell so that you know when I upload those videos. Give this video a thumbs up, and down below were any of the products I talked about today some of your favorite cleansers of 2020, or tell me what yours were. Thanks for watching, guys.